Hello, everyone. And today, as you can see, I'm back to working on the cover. So, what I'm doing is creating a mask because I want to speckle the path here, the cracks, and I want to screen my characters and the blue from becoming speckled. So the first step is I take some tracing paper. This is Parchment 100 from Bindfang. And I just take a sheet and trace it out, as you can see, using a small marker to get my mask lines. And next I'll cut these out, and then I'm going to make further masks and tape them down. And what I'm using is a simple blue tape that you can get at any hardware store, and that tape doesn't stick well, so it won't pull up my paint in any way. There are other things you can use. They have some uh, paint on things you can use, but I don't trust those quite as much. So, and this I have on hand. The other thing I could have used here, again from the hardware store, they sell sheet plastic, which they use for painting rooms and things like that. And if you get a somewhat heavier gauge of that plastic, it works really well too, because you can see through it and see what you're masking out very easily. So all I'm going to do here is cut out this, and then I'll be right back. All right, we're back. So as you can see, I have a variety of fan brushes here and another brush. And so what you do is you mix up some paint, which I have done, and then you're going to brush it or try to aim it at your surface. And it's a bit messy, which is why I did the masking. Was I really didn't want to get onto the characters. I really want to control where I'm hitting to some degree. I'm trying to give it a pebbled effect. Which is not hard to do, but it's a little nerve-wracking. Let's see, I'm going to move this. Might change the light. And as you can see, sometimes you get big splatters, and sometimes you get smaller. And the trick is to trust yourself. And I'm probably going to do more than one color. So that I can get a varied effect. While I have the masking in place. And let's see, a little bit more there. And as you can see, I'm getting pebbles, which is exactly what I want to try to get. Now, I could have done this when I painted the base before I did any character work. So when I was doing the blue character, etc., I could have done speckling at that point, and just gone over the top of the base because it wouldn't have mattered. But that's not my process. I tend to be pretty step by step. As you can see, this is lifting up, so I have to be more careful around that one because it's not staying down. There, it went back down. So, you know, just depending on your process, you may do this at a different point in your drawing if you're trying for certain effects. And it requires a technique like this. What you want to do is be liberal, but careful. It's sort of like you want a coverage, but you don't want it to all look the same, because in real life, texture is not an identical surface. So as you see, I'm getting some nice effects, I think, from this technique. Now, the other thing I could do here, and I may do, is leave the masking on for my shadow work, because I need to shadow the ground surface. And so I don't want to have coverage of the, I don't want to fight with the legs. So if I did my shadows at this point, I could go around the legs with my shadow technique. So I may do that, I may not. It just depends on how I feel when I get done with this. And like I said, I'm going to probably use, this is